Hello everybody and welcome to this new video of digital painting with Krita. In this case I'm going to talk about charcoals. Charcoal is amazing. It can create a lot of different effects and a lot of different results. I have prepared a selection that I'm going to show you right now of the real media that we can use when we are drawing with charcoals. So let's go with it. This is a selection that we are going to be able to compare with the digital charcoals in Krita. Okay? So first of all, we have the willow charcoal. They are really interesting because they produce interesting grain. If you want to remove it, they remove really easy. This is the Conti or the compressed charcoal, but it's useful if we want to create side lines or want to create broad strokes. And these are the pencils to be able to create different kind of brush strokes. These are the stamps, and this can blend and this can erase. So I have the eraser part, and in charcoal it's really important. It's not only important the drawing process, it's also important the erasing process, because we can draw erasing. Okay, so we have a hard eraser, kneaded eraser, and I have a chamois, and also this kind of device, a complex technologically device to sharpen our pencils, right? We have forgotten one main element that is not listed here, but is this, is the finger. The finger is really important if we want to achieve a smooth shading in our drawings. Take care of them. Good finger. I want to cover in a very easy way what we can do with charcoals in real life and what we can do with charcoals in digital. And now let me show you how to use the charcoal pencils, because if we are not very familiar with this media, we can just use the charcoal like this and create this little movement with a tick with my fingers. And this is good for little detail, but it's not using all the power of our charcoal. Okay, so if we get the pencil like this, we automatically see the difference. We can create much smoother and more controlled where I need detail or I need a wide brush stroke. Okay, so charcoals, the pencil charcoals, are not whole only like this, but more like this, from this point or even far away, not like in writing position, but in this position. So you can create this kind of line, or to create fast lines. So we have a lot of movement with our hands if we want to draw with charcoals. Now let me show you an important thing about charcoals, is that the charcoal can be applied in a very different ways. I can hold the charcoal like this and I can make the stroke like this, to be the one, and I can hold and use the angle with the paper, and I can create lines, or I can go just like this and create super dark hole from the just near the end of the stick and make this kind of fast movement, and that creates a very soft brush stroke. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 different brush strokes for the same little tool. If your device has a tilt feature, let me just tell you a couple of things.
because you have a really powerful tool in your hands. Tilt feature is really important with this kind of brushes because, as you have seen before, in charcoal we use the tools in a very different positions. So when we translate this to the digital media, we need to understand that tilt is really important. If you have tilt feature in your device, you have the pressure control and the tilt direction, which means this kind of movement, and the tilt elevation. And this is also really important because affects how small or big is the stroke. Okay? Another thing to take into account is that we can hold writing style and the shading style. And the writing style is important because it allows us to create details. And the shading style is important because it allows us to create a more fluid brush stroke. It's really important because you don't use the stylus like this, but this is the writing style or the shading style. So you have all this range available for you if you have a tilt device. Okay, let's go for the demo part. I'm going to paint a beautiful lady called Jean Simmons, one of the greatest actors in film history. As you can see, I am blocking the main shapes with a willow thick brush. With real charcoals, this gives us a nice fast blocking technique and very textured with strokes. I am trying to achieve a big mass. At this moment, I was thinking about replicating the Master Sim Lim. What a challenge! If you don't know him, I leave a card because he's an amazing artist. Also, Simultan is one of my favorites. But as we will see later, this portrait will be more realistic than expressive. Why? Because I am more used to my own style. Check out my webpage and you can see some of my real charcoal portraits. But you can test these brushes with all other styles too. Leave me a link in the comment section or in Krita Artists forum, it will be cool. Now I'm defining the main elements of the face like eyes, nose, mouth. And this is not the real speed, of course. This is a speed up. The real time was about 4 hours from scratch to final piece in several sessions. In this technique, I use a lot the grain and paper texture to mimic a halftone. Also, I erase a lot to get lighter values. If you like the texture, you can download the template for free and use it in your own projects. At the beginning, I was thinking about to draw only the portrait, not the background or a few expressive strokes in the background, but as the project evolved, I changed the idea. First idea was to leave it as this point as an example, but I thought, what will happen if I go farther? If you follow my work, you will notice I like both realism and more expressive techniques. I was doubting a lot. Painting is an awesome experience. Now I'm detailing the eyes, and eyes are the soul of the portrait, so we have to be really careful about the eyes. The expression of the character is there. And I must confess this has been a hard portrait, but finally I'm quite happy with the result. I am using a lot the pencil grainy because I can save with soft pressure and make strong and opaque strokes with higher pressure. Also remember, all the brushes can be erasers if you press the E key or go to the eraser mode button and press it. Wonderful feature in Krita, I love it. Okay, Raymond, eyelashes are also very important. We don't want to recreate Betty Boop here. You see, I'm not using all the brushes of the bundle here in this portrait. Well, I would make another video explaining them if needed, but you will see that they have been carefully selected to cover a wide range of styles, and I spent extra time testing them with tilt and no tilt. Mouth is interesting, and nowadays big lips are trend, but in 50s thinner lips were trend too. Ears are important, but not as such important as the eyes or nose or lips. In this case, she is wearing an earring, and this will be an eye catcher, so I need a bit of detail in the ear. But I don't want to spend too much time creating this part of the image. I see her lips are beautiful and they have highlights. For that, I need a dark base and then put the highlights over the dark base. This actress is really a classic style, but we can also enjoy a lot the old cinema. I do it very often because there are gems in the classics. Background yes, background no. Finally, I decided to be more realistic, so the artistic skills are from the photographer and how he played with the light. This portrait is from the movie This Could Be the Night, and the photo is by Donaldson Collection. As this is an educational video, I think it's okay. I come back to the earring. Finally, I will give more emphasis to the glow effect and highlights. I can't avoid it. I love the glowing things, and you? You can create a lot of grainy textured strokes with charcoals. If you like the charcoals, let me know in the comments. This part is really delicate, and I try to achieve a soft feeling. The compressed shader gives us a very good soft feeling and is perfect for shading big areas in several passes. Then I can remove value erasing with the same brush. But also you can notice I use a lot the number 18 brush blend soft grain. It's like a tissue with soft texture. If you use it not in a maximum pressure, then you can see how the texture will be more respected. Of course, these brushes can be improved also with your feedback. And now comes an interesting part, is how to solve a mistake in proportions. I decided to leave it recorded and public because we all have mistakes. And it is a time saver if somebody saw you how to solve them. In this case, I remade the texture around the head, so I painted with a similar tone and with 14 comp shader brush, I redo all this area carefully playing with paint and erasing. Also, you can notice how I never use black in the drawing. I am around 90% using the swatches. And for finishing touch, I give final strokes to the eyes. Tiny details can make a big difference. Later, I continued until this, the final portrait of Gene Simmons. Okay, and this has been the demo for charcoals, only scratching the surface. I saw the more people, the more fun this challenge will be, so I started a thread in Krita Artists forum to share there everything what I have like patterns, brush tips and brushes, and then use all the power of the community to see how to improve the future bundle. A lot of people were testing, giving ideas, feedback, and this is very different from another softwares. So what do you think about this? Let me know in the comments. Thanks a lot to these Krita Artists members. And that's all for now. Lot of material in this video, a lot of effort, so if you like this content, subscribe to the channel, give us a like and support the Krita project. Thanks for watching, see you next time, bye!